Hey everyone, it's me. Welcome back to Sobriety for Beginners because I know that I am. I'm just a beginner in all this. Um, Yesterday was a crazy day. I had set up an appointment to see someone, and it's one of those appointments that you have to set up like a month in advance, and so I get ready for this appointment. I do my hair, do my makeup. Don't judge me. This is yesterday's makeup, so I don't want to hear it. Um, get ready to go, get dressed, and all that stuff, which is, kind of different considering the last 4 months I've been home. I haven't been doing any of that. So, for me to do my hair and makeup and get dressed, it was kind of a big ordeal, Um, Go to the appointment, and they're not even there. And it was frustrating because when I had to take time off of work for this, I had to have someone else cover my shift, and once again I had set this up a month in advance. Like, I called you, we had a phone conversation, and you said, yes, I will be there on this day at this time, and I agreed, yes, I will be there too. And they didn't even show up. And it's frustrating because the other day, at a meeting, they were talking about like expectations, like the expectations I have for myself and the expectations I have for others. And, you know, it's hard to have expectation in others when you think that they're just going to do what they say they're going to do, or they're going to act in a way that you think that people should act, or in a way that, you would think is the right thing to do, and of course you always get let down because we expect people to do things and then they don't do them. And so I've been having a hard time like not putting such high expectations in what for myself and to others, because the only person that gets let down is myself, really. Like recently I helped my mom with trying to get a job because when they first moved down here, like a week when they got here, the pandemic happened like a week later. So she's been struggling trying, to get a job because, they had the hiring freeze and on all that stuff. And so I helped her with her resume, and I like put her resume out there like all over the place. And she was just finally at the point where she was like, I'll take anything, any job. I just need something. And she did get a job interview, went to the interview, and then she comes home and she says, yeah, I'm not going to take that one. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you've been struggling for so long to get a job, and like I expected for you to want to take the first one you get offered, because you were so desperate to find something. And then I had expectations that this is what she wanted, and she let me down. And I put in all this work and put a lot of my time into it, and then she ended up just not wanting to, going her own way, and that's my mom. She goes her own way regardless of what you do. And so I had expectations of getting a good result for myself, really. And she didn't want that one, and she ended up finding a job herself, one that I didn't really care for, but that's what she wanted, so that's what she got. And so as long as she's happy, I'm happy. But I had expectations and I got let down. And and it's hard not to have expectations in others, because you think that people are going to do what they say they're going to do, or they're going to once again act the way that they're supposed to. But you can't control others, and had a hard time with that. You can't make people do things that you want them to do. And I've always just been that way. Even like when they were talking about, my family was talking about moving down, I was like, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to get rid of all your junk, and I'm going to do this, and I expect you to be okay with that, and I expect you to live the way that I want you to live. And you can't do that. And I remember talking with my dad about it, and he was like, water seeks its own level. You can try and push that water to the next level, or over its breaking point, but guess what? Water's going to settle back to itself. It's going to settle back to its own water level, and you just have to, accept it. And so I had a hard time with that. And so that yesterday, once again, I made this meeting a month in advance, and you and I had a phone call, and we both agreed, yes, I'm going to be there on that day at this time. And you didn't even come. You didn't even show up. And so I have to stop having such high expectations of others, because they're all just going to let me down, The higher you try and push yourself, the further it's going to be to fall. And so today I got to call that person again and be like, now do we have to reschedule? What are we going to do? Are you actually going to show up the second time? So it's just, it frustrated me yesterday. Made me mad, especially since I spent the time of actually doing my hair for once, and putting on makeup, and getting out my clothes and actually ironing them, and making sure I looked okay. And, I put work into this, and it didn't even show up. So, but, I just have to, I have to remember that, the only person that I can, really have faith in, that, they're going to at least try and do the, next right thing, is myself. And I just have to make sure that I'm trying to do the next right thing, At least I showed up for the meeting. At least I was there and early. So, and I've always just had, higher expectations of myself as well. And sometimes I even let myself down, It's hard not to do that. Sorry, my dog's barking. She sees a squirrel. I always kind of put myself, like, I know that I can do this. I know that I'm right and you're wrong. And I know that I have the best way of going about things, and I can do this. And then sometimes I need help too. And it's hard to ask for help. And it's hard to admit defeat and be like, well, maybe I really can't do this. Maybe I really do need help. And so then I fall on my own expectations. So that's my dog. She sees the squirrel. She really likes them. One time she was trying to chase the squirrels, and she broke her left 2 toes on her left foot. And so we had to go and get a cast on her. That was very expensive. But she still runs out there. She still goes and tries to chase him. So, did you get him? Did you get that squirrel? That's her expectation. She's going to get that squirrel. One day she will. I don't know. Once she probably gets one, she probably won't even know what to do with it. So, all right. Well, I will talk to you in the next one.